जयपुर वाया कोटा।
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत.
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವ ರೈಲು
एक्सप्रेस পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন. कृपया ध्यान दियो.
Well, we did say that this Delhi batting lineup could get any score, a big one, perhaps 300. This was less than 200 for them to get. And boy, were we wrong. Delhi have got a proper walloping, have lost the game by 50 runs. That's right, a really big margin. And Lucknow, of course, Mark Wood, that's the story. Mark Wood, too good. This rhyme is obviously absolute bullcrap, but the performance certainly was not. It was just on the money. That's just how good Mark Wood was today. He just showed that pace is pace, and if you add the magic of line and length on that as well, and of course use your brain, you really can work wonders. I'm Gaurav Kapur. I won't be using my brain at all during this show. For that, I have Joy Bhattacharjya and Michael Vaughan. Have outsourced the thinking to them. But I don't think you have to think too much, Joy, to say that this was really poor from Delhi.
It's a tale of fives. The fifth over, the 5 wickets, 50-run margin, it's all a tale of fives.
In the words of Borat, high five!
Yeah, absolutely.
High five.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was, Michael, if you look at that, of course, the story is Mark Wood, but the story also is a very, very odd batting performance from Delhi.
Yeah, Delhi had a bad day. They just didn't get anything going in the field. They were poor. And then with the bat, they just got no momentum. And if Mark Wood had bowled earlier, it might have been done quicker as well. They left him in the tank till about, I think it was the 5th over that he bowled his first, and then just sheer pace. He's such a great character. He's got this brittle body that you just hope that he never gets injured. But when he's on the field and he's on there regularly, he just always seems to produce a little bit of magic. When you bowl at 95 miles an hour and he's got that ability to hit the stumps, is always a massive threat. But to get a fifer in T20 cricket, I don't know the stats. I don't know how many fifer there's been, but they don't come around that often. 5 wickets in a T20 match. So those figures there, 5 for 14, 17 dots. Almost 3 overs of dot balls, which is it's incredible in T20 cricket.
Yeah, everything about that. 14 runs, 17 dots, 5 wickets. All of it is just absolutely incredible. He was fantastic, especially those 2 deliveries, right? Prithvi Shaw and then getting Mitchell Marsh out the next ball, like both of them. And he made Prithvi Shaw, like what they say in Hindi, wicket banaya. He made him, he cooked him, he got him ready and then got him out.
Yeah, and just big, came in really sharply. At that pace, that kind of movement, Prithvi Shaw, anywhere plays little away from the body, he didn't have a chance. Yeah. And that's the point that, you have a bowler like Mark Wood, it can really be a game changer because at that pace that he bowls, again, I feel that they should have bowled him right up front.
Yeah, why aren't you giving him the new ball? We could have been done 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, and if you look at this match, both times, the first 6 overs of their innings, of the Lucknow innings, and the first 4 overs of the Delhi innings was dominated by Delhi.
Correct.
Those were 10 of the 30 overs.
Correct.
Delhi is 40 for no loss after 4.
Yeah.
And then the mayhem begins.
Yeah, there you go. As soon as Mark Wood comes into bowl, he gets those 2 wickets. Before that, Prithvi Shaw and David Warner were going and he just derails them. I guess getting the Mitchell Marsh wicket as well. And then when he was bowling to Sarfaraz, you knew he was going to get his wicket because he was just, by that time, he was in full flow.
Absolutely. And, Sarfaraz, whether he was trying to get away, it's one of the shots he plays. But, it's really difficult for against a bowler of that pace to be able to direct it well.
Yeah.
If Sarfaraz plays it against 135 bowlers, it's okay. Against the 150, you're trying to ramp him.
Yeah.
It's not that easy.
I think you can be cheeky, but don't be cheeky against 150. Right? I don't think you should do that at all. But he got support from the rest of the bowlers as well. Let's have a look at what the Lucknow bowlers did because, Mark Wood got 5, but there were other wicket takers as well. And those were Avesh Khan, who picked up 2 wickets, split his webbing with 1 fielding effort. So he was kind of on and off, but bowled his overs there. Ravi Bishnoi picked up 2 wickets. What did you think of Ravi Bishnoi's bowling today, Michael?
Yeah, excellent. He bowls it quite quickly. Looks a real threat against left-handers. He's got that ability to go across to left-handers. I think he bowled at some nice times. By the time he got the ball in his hand, that would have done a bit of damage. So he was bowling at nice times. But I think they look a really good team. I think they've got pretty much everything covered. They've got all the different variations you require. You look at the way that they start with the bat in hand. They were struggling at the start, and then all of a sudden they sprung into life and hit the ball to all parts. So they've got everything covered. I mean, Delhi. The way that Delhi played would be a real concern to Ricky Ponting, and I know it's the first game and there's so many games to go, but net run rate is very important in the IPL, and they're a long way behind after just one game.
Yeah, you don't climb back. You don't climb back very often from 50-run defeats, no matter what you do.
No,
it's very difficult.
No, that's what you want is to be competitive, and you want to take, even if you lose, you want to make sure you take the game deep. That was a hammering.
Yeah.
They've taken a hammering today, which is just not the start, because if you lose a close game, you don't lose too much confidence. If you get hammered, you can start to lose a bit of confidence in the group. So Ricky Ponting's got a job on the next few days to get the belief and that kind of flow back into the team.
The only good news for them is that they'll have some bowling firepower coming in. Andrik Nokia, of course, who's as fast as Mark Wood. They'll get Mustafizur Rahman, Lungi and Giri. So they've got 3 foreign quick bowlers who are coming in, which will mean that somebody from the batters will have to make space. But if you look down that batting card, you saw David Warner, the captain, did get a 50. But, looked fairly out of sorts for a large part of the innings, Joy.
Yeah, and if you look at that batting innings, 56 of 48, when you've played that many balls, you should be seeing the ball much better.
Yeah.
And when he finally goes to he tried to play a riskless innings, hoping that somebody else on the other side will pick it up. It just didn't happen. Once those 2 early wickets went, they were totally derailed. And then Riley Russo came and did a bit with the bat. Once he was out, he was the only person who in the middle, tried to stitch together some sort of a partnership. After that, it was total mayhem till, Akshar Patel hit a few in the end. But, by that time, the match was already over. By the time Akshar Patel was hitting it, just 2 sixes.
Yeah.
And remember, Nicholas Puran himself hit 3, and I think Kylie Mayers hit 7.
Yeah, 7 or 9 or some such. A lot, basically.
Yeah. So what you were talking about, the difference in sheer power.
Yeah. Out of the batters, Michael, get your opinion in on 2 things. One is Riley Russo, how he was looking in his stay on the pitch, and the fact that Akshar, who's actually been in great batting form for India, came into bat at number 8.
Yeah, Russo looked the one player that could win them a game. He started to find his flow and started to kind of get used to the pace of the pitch. Akshar Patel's too low, far too low with the way that he plays. David Warner is a wonderful player, but you could just see he wasn't quite at his rhythmical best. He was struggling. When Warner's at his best, he's got that ability to a good ball for 2. He hits into the gap and gets the 2. I thought he was trying to play that kind, but he just didn't have the boundary options. When Warner's at his best, you give him any ounce of width and 4 of those hands go through the ball and it races to the boundary. He just had one of those evenings where he was trying, but it just wasn't coming. I think the ball well to him. I think they tucked him up, made it difficult. And with wickets falling at the other end, I think the Mitchell Marsh wicket is so important. The first ball Mitchell Marsh wicket, you lose 1 in Prithvi Shaw, and then all of a sudden Mitchell Marsh comes out there, and he's such a good player, and then boom, he's gone in the first delivery. And then Tavris Khan gets out to a freak dismissal. You're 3 down from being no wickets down, 3 wickets down just soon after, and the momentum of the whole game is pretty much gone. And that partnership between Russo and Warner was really the partnership that had to take them to that 14th over mark and give them some kind of hitting kind of range to go to, and they didn't get them there. So, yeah, they weren't great. They'll be honest. They'll be in that dressing room saying, look, tonight, lads, it just wasn't our night. We weren't good enough.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good for Delhi today. But, of course, lots of pluses for Lucknow. There's Kyle Mayers with that brilliant innings. He was just on fire today. Got a 70-odd at a 200 strike rate. And then, of course, there was Mark Wood with complete devastation, right? Picking up a 5 for his first in T20 cricket. So for Lucknow, there's a lot of positives to take away from here. But for Delhi, well, yeah, there's a task at hand. There was sort of Ganguly and Ricky Ponting there. They've got the experience. They've got the cricketing smarts. Can they get this Delhi campaign back on track? Because this one's a big derailing. All right, player of the match, obviously, I guess no surprise, would be Kyle Mayers. Right.
Somebody's got a 5 for. They were 40 for no loss.
No?
goes and
No?
takes
No?
Hey.
No? Ah, there you go, Joy. Yeah, you'd give it to Wood, right? 5 wickets, you got to give it to the bowler.
You would.
Yeah.
You would.
I'm just saying that, Michael, not enough bowlers get Player of the Match awards. Batters get all the glory.
Oh, tell me he's got player of the match.
See?
Surely.
I got you guys nervous, right? I got you guys
Oh.
nervous. That's because that's how it is. That's how it happens. What is it? Who's got it? Does it happen? No, not been announced yet. All right, we'll come to that in a second. But Lucknow, of course, has picked up 2 points. Earlier in the day today, it was Punjab who picked up 2 points. And got to take a minute here to just I got to state my displeasure on the fact that the match starting late. Now, I don't know whose fault that is or what has happened there. We don't know exactly what happened there. But that match start was delayed by about 15 minutes, 15 odd minutes.
Second inning start, actually.
Second inning start,
yeah.
so after the halfway mark. And players actually went off. They came on the field and then they went off the field, waiting for the lights to come on. And those 15, 20 minutes would have been gold. Fans, players, everyone's been denied an exciting end that this match was building up towards. Joy.
Absolutely. It's an absolute tragedy. It's an absolute tragedy, and the way the rules and the regulations play out, once you played 16 overs and the rain just kept coming, it wouldn't have happened. But the rain came late. It held out for enough time if they had finished the match close to time, if those 20 minutes hadn't gone up front.
Yeah.
It's a tragedy. And I mean, somebody has to be held responsible for it, because this is advertising time, air time in this, a league like this is gold. The amount, the billions, it's not even millions anymore, billions spent literally on buying rights and all that. You can't afford to do things like this.
It's pretty village cricket, right, Michael, for a league which is the biggest in the world?
Yeah, I mean, to just switch the lights on, it's not hard. These things happen. I want to be positive about the first game. I'm going to give it a Shikhar Dhawan captaincy kind of promotion. I thought he was the coolest captain I've seen. And there's some cool captains out there, but I just thought the way that he kind of manoeuvred his troops, no shades on, no cap, just him out there in the middle. I thought Shikhar looked a cool captain today. His team played well. He played nicely. He's got that anchor role at the top of the order with the flamboyancy around. But I thought tactically, he was absolutely outstanding as a captain today. So whether it was just a one-off and he got a bit lucky, we'll have to wait and see. But this is a captaincy appreciation comment on Shikhar Dhawan. I thought it was fantastic.
Excellent. Is Shikhar the one who can take Punjab to a title? Okay. It was going to come some point.
Yeah, but it's a good one.
It's okay.
I'm just pretending it's bad. It's just I'm feeling bad that I didn't.
That's just your reflex reaction.
Yeah, I didn't think of it.
But for close to midnight, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
Close to midnight, it's not bad. What did the Knight Riders batters do before the rain came and stopped that chase? Of course, it was Andre Russell. We were talking about him. Andre Russell came into bat at number 7. Right, Sunil Narayan at number 9. So there was a few things happening there as well. But Andre Russell, of course, 35 of 19. But it was just too much. You could see they don't want him to come into bat when it's 3 digits required, right? You want it to be somewhere around 70, max 75. And then, Andre Russell can do that. At 35 then would win you the game. But it was not to be at that point in time. And when the match stopped, I think the pass score was 153. And that's why the Knight Riders was 7 runs short, which means that Punjab pick up those 2 points. So that's been the story of the 2 games today. But hey, listen, there's 2 games tomorrow as well. Yeah, and there's some spicy meatballs tomorrow. What's the action? What's the first game tomorrow? Let's pull the plate and show people.
Yep.
Don't you have it written down? Come on, show them. Don't be shy. From Hyderabad, we have Brian Lara's and Adrian Markram, who's not here. So Bhuvneshwar Kumar's Hyderabad, taking on Sanju Samson and Kumar Sangakkara's Rajasthan. Remember, they made it to the final last year, and it's a team that a lot of people find really exciting. Let's have a look at the Hyderabad squad, because I'm telling you, people are actually putting good money on these horses for good reason, because they're thoroughbreds there. They've got Mayank Agarwal in, who was captaining Punjab last year. Rahul Tripathi has been in great form. Harry Brook, well, I mean, really, what can you say about Harry Brook and his hitting? You have to say nothing at all, because he just says it for himself. There's Abdul Samad there as well. Washington Sundar, Marco Jansen. Heinrich Klaassen has been in great form. He's not here tomorrow though, but hit a brilliant 100 just recently in an ODI. Michael, this team is looking pretty solid, isn't it?
Yeah, BC Lara has he's done well there. They've bought well. I think they've got some steals as well. I think Adil Rashid's a steal at the price that they got him for. Harry Brook for me is probably, you could argue, in the last 6 months the best. He's played as well as anybody in the world.
Yeah.
So they've got real quality in that team. But they're up against the team that I fancy. Rajasthan are my team this year. The team in pink, they nearly went over the line last year and got the trophy. But I think two quality sides. Again, on paper, they look magnificent. But Sunrisers have bought well. They've kind of manoeuvred into a new group of players and they look very strong. But I like Rajasthan this year.
Okay, let's have a look at that Hyderabad team and try to spot the 4 foreigners that will play tomorrow. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, of course, captaining. There's no Adrian Markram.
So almost definitely I see Harry Brook playing, I see Glenn Phillips playing. It'll be interesting whether they play Adil Rashid tomorrow or not. So they have that opportunity to give Glenn Phillips a chance, because with Klaassen coming in, it'll be a choice between the two of them. I feel Harry Brook has to play because he gives them something very special.
Harry Brook is going to start every game.
I would like to see Akil Hussain in the absence of another fast bowler. I'd like to see Akil Hussain.
Okay, let's see who their quicks are. They've got Bhuvi, they've got Umran Malik, they've got T. Natarajan perhaps playing, or Kartik Tyagi. So they don't really need Fazal Haq Farooqi to play there. So they can play the 2 spinners. They can play Adil Rashid and Akil Hussain. Yeah, because they've got Washington Sundar there with the spin.
Yeah,
they've got a lot. Actually, they've got a lot of options tomorrow.
Yeah, they can actually play both spinners out there, but they would play both spinners. Harry Brook definitely, Glenn Phillips definitely, and Glenn Phillips gets that opportunity before Klaassen comes in to show what he can do.
Yeah, well, listen, Glenn Phillips can bowl as well, because Glenn Phillips does everything.
And he's a rockstar fielder.
And a rockstar fielder, and a wicket keeper. Also, apparently drives the team bus to the venue. He does everything. Cooks the food for them as well. All right, but can he pick the Rajasthan 11? No, he can't. But we can. We'll show you. Here's the team. Sanju Samson, of course, the captain there. There's Jos Buttler. I mean, let's not forget him. One of the best white ball strikers in the world. Very interesting that they have Joe Root there as well. But there's quite the traffic jam as usual with their top order. So you don't know if Joe Root will get a chance. But who are your 4 foreigners, Michael, that you see going in tomorrow? Jos Butler's one. Hetmeyer's the other.
Yeah, Butler. Yeah, I don't think Joe will play. I mean, that's a little bit inside. I don't think he'll be playing.
Jason Holder?
I think, Jason Holder, I think he'll be there.
Trent Bolt?
Maybe Trent Bolt. I mean, Trent Bolt's...
Because Zampa, I don't think Zampa's getting a chance to play with both Chahal and Ashwin being there.
Yeah, I think Adam Zampa's gone to a franchise where he's not going to get too many opportunities potentially, because you always think that Butler and Hetmeyer are going to play, and then there'll be Jason Holder, and then unless Trent Bolt misses out, and they give him a slot there, and they go for 3 quality spinners, we'll have to wait and see. But again, I just like this squad. I think the spin twins from India are outstanding. Ashwin and Chahal, just real quality, and I think those two with Butler. If Butler fires, we know that he win games on his own. Hetmeyer. Sanju Samson, real quality. I know Sanju will use Joss in terms of leadership as well. Joss is the England captain that lifted the trophy just a few months ago. So I think he'll really bounce ideas off Joss Butler. They look to me like they've got everything. They've got the experience, they've got the combinations, and they've got the different bowling variation. They've got wicket takers as well with the ball in hand. So I really fancy Rajasthan this year. They've
got the 3 X's, as I like to call it. Experience, X-factor players, and ex-captains.
Ex-captains is a good one.
I'm telling you, man. It helps with the leadership group, right? It helps.
No, but the one thing they will miss
I think I should leave now. I don't think I'll do any better than that.
You're ahead of the game now.
I should leave. Taxi!
But no, seriously, they are going to miss Prasidh Krishna. He was a very important part. He took the new ball with Trent Bolt, and they got wickets. Remember, Bolt is another guy who gets wickets up front, but he normally does well with a partner on the other side who's bowling well as well, putting some pressure at the other end. If Kuldeep Sen cannot put that pressure, because Jason Holder is not your rock star bowler, he's a holding bowler. He's not a bowler who's going to go and take their many wickets up front. If that doesn't happen, then that I think is the chink in the armour they have.
Yep.
They also probably need a little bit more from Riyan Parag in that middle order. Holder, Riyan Parag have to give them a little more, because remember, the season you got from Jos Buttler and Jos Buttler, Hetmeyer, Sanju Samson had a good season by his normal standards. But Hetmeyer had an outstanding season.
And Joss had an orange cap season.
Yeah, had an on-cap season. That's not 850 runs. It's not going to happen every year.
Yeah.
So somebody has to pick up a little bit of the slack, and I just feel that that 5 and 6 need to make more contributions for them this year.
Fair enough. Both of you can pick one player to watch out for from the team that you want. So, Michael, since you're fancying Rajasthan, I'll let you choose one from Rajasthan. Looking tomorrow, player to watch out for, you think?
Well, I'd obviously say Joss, but I'm going to say Hetmeyer. Left-hander. I just love the way that he bats. Big power hitter. Six-hitter in the middle of the innings. So I'm going to go Hetmeyer.
All right, great. For you, Hyderabad.
I just want to watch Harry Brook play. I mean, he's had a Gavaskar-esque performance, Bradman-esque performance. If you see in Test match cricket,
Yeah.
He's probably the best batsman in the world in the last 6 months. He's come to India. This is the biggest league in the world. I want to watch him play.
And listen, he also, didn't he get the best batter in the world out? Kane Williamson? Come on.
True.
He got him out as well.
Little feather down the leg side.
Yeah.
You know your stocks high as a batter when you're actually not a bowler and you bowl and you get the best player out in the world. It can happen.
Yeah, and it did. Well, let's have a look at the second game tomorrow, because there's a couple of best batters in the world on show there as well. We're talking about Bangalore and Mumbai. Bangalore, of course, led by Faf du Plessis, not by Virat Kohli. It takes a little while to get used to that. But of course, there is Virat Kohli there. There's Glenn Maxwell there. They've got some of the big players as well. We look at their squad and see Faf, of course, their captain. I don't think Hasaranga is here yet. Hasaranga's not going to be there. They've got Finn Allen, who we've seen a fair bit of. Can Finn Allen show those heroics? And then Glenn Maxwell will perhaps be playing Reece Topley. There's no Josh Hazelwood. Josh Hazelwood, I think, is missing half of the entire tournament.
Yeah, he's at this point in time, he's definitely not there.
All right, so he's not there. So I think their foreigners are easy to pick then. Reece Topley, Glenn Maxwell, the captain Faf, and then are you playing Finn at the top, or are you playing David Willey because you want another bowling option?
They like, because see, Hasaranga is not going to be there, so they might just go for Michael Bracewell because he offers them a bit for the ball, a bit for the bat. And so that may be an option that they go for. The problem they have is Rajat Patidhar's injury. He's got a heel injury. He did fantastically for them last year. If he's out, who takes that position? Is it Anuj Rawat? Is it Suyash Prabhudesai? So who's going to be that guy? Who's going to be the next guy? They need one more Indian batter to come to the party.
Okay. Michael, I'm going to ask you a quick question. You can only give a one-word answer instinctively. This is rapid fire. Is this going to be Bangalore's year?
No.
Okay. I thought he'd go for maybe, but...
million hearts in Bangalore today.
Yeah, he really has. All right, we know that you're not flying into Bangalore after this.
Yeah.
To fly you in somewhere else. So transiting there. Let's see what he says about Mumbai, because then maybe we can make him land directly in Mumbai from London. Let's have a look. This is their team. Rohit Sharma, of course, their captain. Now look at that. They had one of the big buys of this auction, which is, of course, Cam Green. Cam Green got a bit of green right there. They've got Jofra Archer, who's coming back. Of course, they'll always miss Jasprit Bumrah, because who would not? Yeah, they've got Sandeep Warrior, who's coming. He's not coming. He's coming as a replacement for
Bumrah.
Is he for Bumrah? They named him finally.
They
Okay,
finally
so he's
named
coming
the replacement
for Bumrah.
Bumrah.
Played a game for India as well. So there you go. If you look at those, who are your foreigners there? I guess you're picking Tim David and Cameron Green. You're picking Jofra Archer, and then you're picking Berendorf because you need foreign bowlers.
Look, their batting orders strong.
The Indian batters are solid, right? Because you've got Rohit, Surya, Ishan, and Tilak.
Yeah, they'll all give you a lot. There's Tim David and Cameron Green after that. They'll probably play Ritik Shokeen because they're a little bit short on bowling.
Yeah.
If you look at the bowling is very much Jofra Archer plus.
Yeah.
The rest are nobody there. You don't look at the rest of the bowling, there's nobody who really scares you.
Yeah.
Cameron Green can bowl, but Cameron Green is not your tearaway bowler. So, they'll need somebody. They might just go with, a situation where, you get that extra bowler, and Sandeep Warrior might just get a chance because they have to play another Indian bowler. It'll be interesting, their substitutions.
You know something, what's going to happen though is that there's two really promising young South Africans there who perhaps will not get a chance, because you've got Tim David and Cameron Green, the two Australian players who will obviously get precedence over Stubbs and Brevis, which is kind of sad because they're exciting players, but what you're going to do, because Mumbai needs those foreign bowlers. Remember, they finished 10th last year, so I'm going to ask Michael Vaughan again a one-word answer question. Michael, you're ready. Rapid fire. Here it comes. Is Mumbai going to finish in the top half of the table this season?
Yes.
Oh, book his flight to Mumbai. It's safe.
I thought we'd have to get him via Jaipur, but it's looking good now.
You can only land in Jaipur and come. All right. So I guess it's safe. Pick a player each, gentlemen. Michael for you, Mumbai, and Joy for you, Bangalore.
I think Tim David. Tim David is an incredible striker. I mean, I would say Cameron Green because of his all-round brilliance, but I just think Tim David is just the kind of player that you'll see in the back end of the innings, and he's as good as hitting sixes from ball one that I've seen. So I'm going to say Tim David.
And for you?
I'm going to go with Faf because Faf has had an outstanding season. Really, CPL, every tournament that he's played, Big Bash, CPL, everything he scored runs in.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is not that he scored runs. He's scoring at 170, 180.
Oh.
So he's really picked up his strike rate over this. So, he is actually the motor of the team right now and looking in awesome form and looking at that age fitter than ever before. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, the old boy showing some new tricks, yeah? Faf. Great guy though, so always want to see, great guys kind of do well, and I'm sure the Bangalore fans are going, come on, this year, the cup is ours. But it's absolutely a great mouth-watering first encounter that both these teams have, because Bangalore and Mumbai, that's going to be top billing. It is Rohit and Virat, and, both have enough fan following, so that's going to be a juicy encounter. Well, it's a good day for bowlers today because I just want to tell you that both the players of the match, where does the S come? Are bowlers, right? So it's Mark Wood who's got the player of the match for the second game, and Arshdeep Singh who got it for the first game. What do you know?
Also, this year, this early in the IPL, two teams winning batting first. How often does that happen?
Doesn't at all. Not in the IPL, it doesn't happen. So there you go. Bowled is 3 overs for 19 runs, 3 wickets. Remember that he's fallen off the radar just a little bit for India in ODIs, but in T20 cricket, he's gold dust. He is, and it was good to see him do that today. He really was on the money. So 2 players, both of them, and this guy, it's his tournament, right? He loves it. This is where he came from. Yeah. This is where he's at home. Beginning or the end, Arshdeep is gold for Punjab.
Absolutely. Takes wickets up front. How many bowlers? There are, even among the fast bowlers, there are very few who you can bowl up front and at the death. There aren't that many. And Mark Wood is one, Arshdeep is one. They're gold. They're absolutely gold because they're so valuable you can bowl them anywhere in the innings.
Well, there's only one piece of business that is left as we get close to midnight, which is the joy factor question, giving you the answer and, of course, declaring the winner.
Okay,
this question.
Which cricketer playing this tournament has hit 9 sixes in his debut test match, also has the best ODI bowling analysis for his country, and the answer will be given
Michael Vaughan, quickly. This time I'm giving you 2 words. 2-word answer.
Please, Tim Southee.
Absolutely, it is Tim Southee, of course. And it was versus England, and the first time around, Michael was the captain of England. They won the match, of course.
Oh, nice. Who got the first answer in? Let's have a quick look. Rajesh Reddy, because he was ready with the answer and with his phone. Well done, Rajesh. Congratulations. That's a new name I've seen.
Yeah, it's a new name. I haven't seen it before.
Oh, brilliant. Well done, Rajesh. Hope to see a lot more of you on the leaderboard this season. So, congratulations. Well done and respect. I could give you a prize, but I feel that would just trivialize your achievement. So I'm going to give you something which is an intangible but invaluable. It's priceless, our respect. Yeah?
Nicely done.
Good? Sold it?
I just appreciate it a lot.
Brother, money saved is money earned. Okie dokie. All right. It's time for us to bounce from here. Michael, are we going to see you tomorrow?
Yes, I'll be looking forward to that tomorrow. 2 great games.
Excellent. Are you going to be in the same friend's house or are you going to be in another friend's house?
I'm going to stay in this chair.
All right, you're going to stay there. Just one last question before you go. Does your friend know that you are in his or her house?
No.
Excellent. That's exactly how we like it. Excellent. More breaking and entering tomorrow on Cricbuzz Live. We're going to see you at 3 in the afternoon, 3 p.m. Indian Standard Time is when we're going to be here looking at both these games. Joy, you're going to be here as well tomorrow.
Absolutely. Wouldn't miss it for the world.
That's excellent. In fact, what's common is that even the producers here don't know you're going to be here, so that's great. And I pretty much just live here. This is my home, and you are just in it. All right? It's Gaurav Kapur saying good night. It's a Saturday night. Go enjoy, have fun. Be hungover if you want to, but be okay by 3 o'clock when you join us tomorrow. Those are my orders. Off you go now. Good night.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವ ರೈಲು ಚೆನ್ನೈ ಬೆಳೂರು ತಿರುಚಿರಾಪಳ್ಳಿ
हैदराबाद को 50 एक्सप्रेस
পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন
कृपया ध्यान दें